Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center, headquarters for Wisdom in Golf. And I'm doing a double whammy today. I'm bringing your attention to the latest Golf Digest magazine, the month of February 2016, where Brandel Chambly is talking about the new book he's going to be releasing in March. And the observations that he's made of all the greats throughout the years who have completed their backswing. In other words, allow the hips to turn fully and allow the left knee to rotate inward, so that they can, that was Jack Nicklaus's swing key his whole life. And he uses Jack and Bobby Jones and Walter Hagen and Gene Sarazen as examples, because all of them, and he notice, you'll see the stats in there, they're staggering. The best players of all time have all done that. And if you look at Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods in their youth, between the ages of 9 and 15, they had this gorgeous full hip turn with that knee rotating in. Same as Phil Mickelson when he first came out on the tour. He had that big turn, and that's why he was so long. You look at Bubba Watson today. Now there's the example. You look at how his lead knee comes way behind the ball. He's got this massive arc. That's why he can hit it so far. And he doesn't look like he hits the gym too often either, okay? So you really don't have to do that in order to propel the ball at great distances. So if we look at finishing the backswing properly, and Brandel puts the attention on, making sure you get a full hip turn and that knee coming in. Once you've done that, however, you don't want to default to the ball. You don't want to get this big backswing in order to hit the ball harder. You want that big backswing to deliver to the target deeper. Again, if we look at how we were wired as human beings on this planet, Wisdom in Golf, we've been doing this for 25 years. We have a stadium full of people behind us with the proper feedback as we've been teaching these people. And then the feedback has been, well, once I'm over here, how do I get there? Well, if my focus is on the target, and I want to take this ball, let's say I'm skipping a stone on water, I want to throw it out there, the first thing that's going to go, the brain's got to go get the ground, so I can use the ground to get myself out of the way. That's how we were built as human beings on this planet. We have this self-preservation system inside us. So you would never throw first and then catch yourself after. This is self-preservation. Get a platform so I don't twist an ankle or break my leg. Break a leg 10,000 years ago, you were in trouble. And then you use the ground to get you out of the way. Why? Because your shoulders only have 20 degrees of range. There is no such thing as 90-degree shoulder turn. It's the rib cage and the pelvis that turn on top of the hips. And the half, your hip is your femur. The femur is half your knee. So that's why the knees have to rotate if you turn your hips. That's what allows that rib cage and pelvis to get out of the way, so I have access to the backswing. If I don't move this, then my hips can't turn. If my hips don't turn, then I'm going to start torquing my back, and then my arms are going to crash into my body. I don't have access. I get very limited access to the backswing. The top athletes in the top genetics as far as humans on this planet will find a way to get around that. But the injuries that they're going to get later on are not too much fun either. Separated ribs, rotator cuff injuries, all that stuff. So, I'm going to the pond, use the ground to get myself out of the way, release to the pond. So, when I get to the top of my backswing, once I've achieved this beautiful range of motion, notice how my knee's behind the ball, the heel's in the air. When I throw to the target, the brain's got to go get the ground, so notice I'm planting my heel. I need to use the ground to get myself out of the way, so I have access to the target. And when I have this beautiful rotational momentum, feel that? Hear that? That felt very powerful, that felt super solid. So when your attention's in the right place, we use this to get there with more velocity, less effort. More velocity, less effort, much more repeatable. When you have to force and strain, then it's like a race car with nice summer slicks on a cold, wet track, and you're going at it too hard, and you're slipping and sliding all over the place. That's the last thing you want to do. So if you take that, and for many of you, you don't realize how the backswing has to perform this task. When I take my backswing, it's not club head, then arms, then shoulders. It's arms are swinging into the backswing. Just like imagine I have an axe. I'm a lumberjack. I got my pickaxe right here, actually. I just brought one in. So imagine I got this puppy, okay? Still got some dirt that was on it from the last fall doing stuff in the backyard. So I'm going to heave this into the backswing, and then I'm going to use the weight of that to come through. So if I'm doing that from over here, so I really feel the need to use the weight of that pickaxe in order to deliver the blow. I'm not going to yank and shove it around like a pit bull with a rag doll. I'd really hurt myself. So it's the same thing here with a golf club. The golf club is light enough that you can yank it around, but if you use the weight of your arm club unit to deliver the task, imagine I'm a lumberjack here. I'm going to heave. Notice how my body's got to turn out of the way. Because if I heave this back, I don't get out of the way, well, I just knock myself out. Because my arms are hitting my body. The brain senses this weight, get out of the way. Now I can use the weight of the instrument to deliver the blow. Did you hear that? That's super solid, wasn't it? So compressing through a golf ball is really a piece of cake when you're on the right task. But if you're trying to place the club in the backswing, here's what's going to happen. Imagine an architect, and he's parked in front of his table here, and he's trying to make a very precise drawing. Do you think he's going to be tap dancing around that thing? His body will become a statue because the brain knows that it needs the stability to hold this very fine line. But now imagine that lumberjack again. I'm not going to stay still like a statue. I got to get out of the way of the axe. So when you're using the club and you're trying to manipulate the club to meet the ball because you're trying to be so darn careful not to miss the ball, the brain will freeze the body. So then, now I'm crashing. And now because I didn't finish the backswing, and in the article you hear Brendel Chambly say, when I'm finishing my backswing, all of a sudden I got the velocity, I got those nice, high, towering long irons. Yes. And now he has the potential to create much, much more powerful and amazing golf shots that feel amazing to you right here, right? Whereas, stay put. Yes, I can hit the ball. The best of them can hit the ball that way. They can get it around the golf course, especially if you got a good short game and a good putter. But you're not playing to your potential, and you're not having the greatest of times. Okay? So, have a look at these following videos. And Matt will put the titles up there for you. So, contact and direction. You'll see that beautiful axe analogy in there. Sledgehammer golf. That's the axe analogy in there as well. Then you're going to see dynamic versus static. That's all about staying with your target and not defaulting to the ball. You'll see finish the backswing like Bubba Watson. That is massive, get that big range of motion. Get Bubba wide. We talk about a drill here. If I bring my arms apart, I want to take this hand and bring it over to here. If I don't turn my body, I can't reach. Bring it all the way. So notice the only way to get this hand all the way over here is to turn the body. Notice how my knee had to rotate in, my hips had to turn, my legs had to rotate. But you notice, I didn't lose my balance, did I? I'm still very solid on my feet, and I feel like I have the ability to whip the snot out of it easily, effortlessly. That's where we want to be. So start with that, okay? If you've been with Wisdom in Golf for a while, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So continue to finish your backswing so you can continue to get to your targets with ease. Enjoy. Whoops. That's cool.
Sorry.
I'm going to get you on YouTube.
I'm finally on TV.
That's Rob. He's photobombing us. There's Rob.
Take care, coach.
See you later, bud. What we prescribe for Tim, you'll see his swing right here, and you'll notice that when he takes his backswing, his legs are quite stiff. They're not moving, they're not turning, they're not supporting the turn of his rib cage and his pelvis. So he's lucky to be an athletic, flexible person. Okay? So we prescribe to him to open up the backswing. So a video I want you to look at is called Lower Body in the Backswing, Shawn Clement, where I use the anatomy of the human being. He's a doctor too, so he's appreciating that. So we're using the skeletal system, and we're making sure that everything is moving according to how you're built under the hood. And in that article that Brandel is seeing, the reason why before video analysis came in to put the kibosh on the natural athletic ability of each individual. That's why you'll see this is pre-video analysis era of the 80s. Everybody was turning beautifully in the backswing. The majority of the best players did that. And that allowed that knee to move in. It allowed the body to stay healthy. And you notice how Sam Snead was still winning in his 50s. Jack Nicklaus won the Masters at age 46. There was more longevity there. But yet, you know, they didn't have chiropractors and massage therapists and all that stuff following the guys on tour with the weight room and everything else. Heck, most players drove themselves and slept in motels and all that stuff. There were no courtesy cars and things like that. So allow that body to turn. You know, I'm glad Brandel came out with that article, so it's going to benefit all of you. It's going to validate what we do in Wisdom in Golf, and more to come on that.